Thanks for tuning in to another video. And if you've seen any of my previous KOSPET reviews, I've said the same thing. KOSPET focuses on rugged design, long battery life, and giving you a lot of value for your money. But this one, the KOSPET Orb 2, is different. Because KOSPET is selling this watch for what I think is a ridiculous price. This is only going to be $69 in the United States. And you're going to get features that usually you have to pay way more for, including a military-grade durability. You're going to get a dual-band GPS, you're going to get an IP69 rating, and you're going to get a lot of other features, including the heart rate tracking, your SpO₂, your stress and sleep tracking, and I'll get into all that stuff. But there's also another feature that I definitely did not expect to get in a watch this price. You're going to get a built-in LED flashlight, which is actually really bright. And I'll show you how bright this is in a dark room later in the video, so stay tuned for that. As I said, you're going to get military-grade durability on this, and you're going to get a zinc alloy bezel here and a polymer back. I'll just show you what this looks like. Now this has a little more plastic than most KOSPET watches, but that makes it much lighter. So the watch is 41 grams without the straps, and it's going to be 62.6 on my reading with the straps. And these straps are actually really comfortable, and they are a little flexible here and a little stretchy, so they're real nice. So if you had issues not being able to wear your watch all day or not being able to wear it through the night for sleep tracking, I think this watch will help quite a bit because I thought it was very comfortable to wear all day and all night. Now this is rated for 5 atmospheres and IP69, which is better than the usual IP68 because this watch gives you protection against pressurized water. So this is a really durable watch, I think. Now this is the full review of this watch, and I'm going to, of course, give you some of the important specs, but mostly I want to show you what it's going to be like to live with this watch on an everyday basis. So I'm going to point out some of the features and details that I think you might be interested in. So first off, let's talk about the screen, right? This is a 1.43-inch display covered by Corning Gorilla Glass. And the screen goes up to 1,000 nits, so I had no problems seeing this outside. And this watch is compatible with Apple and Android. Now the Orb 2 comes in 2 different colors, black and silver. And if you love the idea of this watch, but you don't really like the round design, well then you could look into the sister watch, which is the Pulse 2, which is mostly the same watch, not exactly. And it does come with a rectangular display, and the same colors actually. Check the KOSPET website for the exact specs on the Pulse 2 if you are interested. And I told you about the strap a little bit before, but if you don't like the strap for some reason, as usual, KOSPET gives you quick releases here, and you can replace this band with any standard 22mm band, and if you forget, it actually just tells you right there, 22, it's stamped on there, which is really convenient, right? Okay, as I go through the video here, I'm just going to show you a couple of different watch faces for you to look at and see what is available. And I'll show you a little bit more towards the end of the video. But let's talk about the battery, because that is obviously very important. You're going to get a nice size battery on here at 500 milliamp hours. And this is the charger you're going to get. It's a USB-A over here, and you got the magnetic pins on this side. And, nope, wrong side. We're going to just flip it like this. And there you go, and that will charge on there just fine. And the magnets are kind of strong, right? Now, KOSPET says typical use, you're going to get 13 to 16 days on this. And heavy use, you're going to get 9 to 12 days. And actually, I've been using this for heavy use. I've been using a lot of GPS on it. I have all my sensors on it. I've been using it for sleep tracking. And I'm getting about 10, maybe 11 days on this so far. So let me show you the watch navigation here just a little bit so you see what is available here and how to access it. So you swipe down, you get the usual quick toggles, which are really nice. And there you go. You got 18 there. And also, I say this on most of my KOSPET videos, but it's nice that these quick toggles are actual apps that you could open up. Like, this is the stopwatch, that's the timer, that's the compass, and you get access to things real fast. You just swipe down and you're right there instead of going through the app list. So I do like that. And then, these are the ones that you can delete, and these are the ones that you can add. And if we scroll over this way, we're going to get our apps, and I'll just go through the apps in a little bit and show you what is available. Well, we're going to go over here, you get your notifications. So if you swipe up, you get into your widgets, which KOSPET made this change a little while ago, and I kind of like this design. And there you go, you can swipe through these. You could have 6 widgets down here, and you can't add any on the watch, but you could add them in the app. And I'll show you the widgets that are available and how to change them later in the video, of course. But just showing you here, this is the heart rate, right? So you could just click on this, and I could do a manual measurement right now, which is really easy to access, right? But then if you scroll down here, you get some more information, and then you get your settings. So if you click on here, you could change all this again right on the watch, which is really nice. You could change your frequency of your heart rate. When it detects that you're active or when you put in for an exercise, it's going to increase the frequency of your heart rate readings. You could have it toggled on while you're sleeping. And then you get a high heart rate alert and a low heart rate alert. And then you could just click on this, and you could actually change your alert to whatever you want it to be. So a lot of nice customization you can do right on the watch, and it's just really easy to access it right here. Another thing with the widgets, let me just show you this. This is kind of cool. But if you got a widget here, all the widgets have two displays, basically. So if you just push and, let me just do this. If you push and hold it, you get this one, or you get that one. And that, that's kind of cool, right? And then the same thing over here, training day, right? Let me click on it here. You got to push and hold. I got this one, and then I got that one. So it's just kind of like, whatever widget design you like, but not too many watches have different widget designs, right? So I kind of like that. Now, let's get out of this. So the button on top here, if you're on your home screen, it will just open up your apps. And if you're on something other than the home screen and press it, you go right back, which is always nice. And then if you push and hold the top button, you're going to get your power menu. And then the bottom button here, if you push and hold it, you're going to open up the voice assistant. So there you go. And then you could customize what the single press does, which is really nice. So let me just show you that. We're going to go into settings, and let me get down to it, and you can see what's available in the settings menu here. Shortcut buttons. Let me click on that. And then this is all the options that you could have for this. Now, I actually had it for the video. I put my flashlight on here just to toggle it on and off so I could show you. But I usually have this as the exercises, so it opens up the exercises real quick. You could do that with opening the apps, but it's just easier to having that button do it. And then these are all the options that you could have for this button here, for the quick press of that bottom button. So quite a bit of stuff, right? So let me just show you some of the features of the flashlight. So you could open it up with the shortcut button right here, but you could also do it in your apps. Let's see here, it's towards the bottom, I think. There you go, flashlight, and there you go again. And then also, the nice thing is you could just do the quick toggles. You swipe down, and it's right there. Now you can toggle it on and off. Now you do have 5 levels of brightness. It's off right now, but I could just hit this and change the level to whatever I want, and then I just push the button to turn it on, and I could just turn it off like this and turn it back on. And the nice thing is, whatever level I have this on, I could turn it off. There we go. Whatever level you save this on and you get out of this app, when you turn the flashlight on again, it will automatically go to that same brightness level. So let me show you how bright this light really is. And this is obviously a very dark room. And I'm about 15 feet from the wall. I got the watch right here. And let me just go ahead and turn this on. So that is level 1 brightness. I could definitely see around and see where everything is. That's pretty darn good. But let's kick it up. So that's level 5. And again, I'm about 15 feet from the door there. And this actually is pretty bright. This could get some stuff done. You let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? So I forgot to say this earlier, but I do want to thank KOSPET for providing me this review unit. But of course, all the opinions in the video are mine alone. We're going to talk about some fitness features here. And I'm going to get into the app to show you that. So this is the ApexMove. This is the same app that you would use on the more expensive KOSPET watches. So they're all using the same exact app and design here. So let's click on this. Okay, so let me show you some of the workout things here. I'm going to go through the menu with a little more detail in just a minute. But first, I would just want to click on the My here, the My portion of the app. And then we're going to just click on the watch. And this opens up some more settings here. And we're going to go Health Monitoring Settings. So we got the heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, and mood. So you can change the frequencies on all of these, and you can toggle them all on and off if you'd like. Now the KOSPET Orb 2 will auto-recognize 6 activities, and I'll just show you those. But you're also going to get 170 different sports modes to track. But for now, we're going to just scroll up here to Sport Recognition, click on that, and these are the ones that it will auto-detect, and you can toggle them on and off individually, which is really nice. So KOSPET has another great feature on this watch, and you're able to create your own training plans. So let me show you how to do that, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll answer whatever I can. So let's get out of this, and we're going to get out of this. We're going to go into the workout section. And then we're going to go into training plan right here. And you could also do a custom routine if you want, but I'm just going to show you how to do a custom training plan. So let's click on that. And we got to do our start date. We could do today, and we'll just make it for whenever. And then I could change the name if I don't like this name. Let's call it Test 2. And they could put notes in there if you want to do that, but we'll hit next. It's on Sunday today, and I'm going to hit OK. I could pick one of my previously made training plans, but I'm going to make a new one. And these are the exercises that you can use. And we'll do mountaineering. Why not? And these are pre-populated here on all the exercises. We got to warm up, you got to train and recover. And if I want to add one, I just hit plus, and now it's going to be another train, and then another one. Now I got 3 trains in the middle there. Now if I want to change this, I could just click on it, and instead of it being a training interval, I could have it be a warm-up, a rest, or a recover. So let's do a warm-up there. And now I could do the type. I could have it set by duration, distance. I could manually just skip it to the next one, or I could do it by calories. So let's do by distance. And now instead of time here, it's going to give me a target of miles. And again, I could just change that to whatever I want. And now I just hit OK. And now you can see here we got warm-up, train, recover. Now, if I don't like this, if I want the warm-up to be more in the beginning, there we go. And now we got 2 warm-ups, and then train, and recover. If I'm happy with that, now I hit save. Now once I hit save, it's still only on the phone. I got to hit this little icon right here to transfer it to my watch. And there it is. So let me just show you where that is on the watch. Okay, so once you sync it to the watch, then all you need to do is go into a workout. And we had that. You could actually use any exercise here again, and basically it'll give you the same intervals with the time and the distance and calories and whatever you set already in there. But I'm going to choose mountaineering. So let's click on that. And it says I have a training plan for today. So yes, we're going to use that. And there it is. And then if you just slide up here, you'll see we have the warm-up, the 2 warm-ups in the front. Then we have the training by the time and the recovery. So all that stuff is in there, which makes it really easy to access. And you can change this very quickly if you'd like. Okay, let's keep moving. I'm going to show you one more thing since I'm in the workouts here. I just wanted to show you where this is. And again, this is a nice feature of customization that you don't get on every watch. But I'm going to click on workouts. We're going to do outdoor running. We're not going to do the training thing that I just set up. But now we just swipe up. Again, this is where my training plan is. And this is the data pages. So if you click on this, this is the data pages you get. And you could add one if you want. But let's just go back up to the top. And so you have this, and if you don't want the distance for whatever reason, or you don't want the pace, you just tap it, and now you can change it to anything you want. Look at all these options here. So let's click on calorie class, and then I could pick one of these. And then that is what's there. And then you can also hit this little gear icon, and now I could change the order of my pages. I could delete a page, or I could just go back to where I was before, you know, how it came from the factory if I really screw it up. Now, as I hinted at the beginning of the video, you're going to get dual band GPS and 6 satellite systems, and the GPS for me was very accurate. I had no issues with it, and you're going to get a little upgrade here because you can actually customize the GPS. Let me show you that. So we're back in the ApexMove app, and I'm in the My portion of the app, and I'm just going to click on this. And I hope this video is not too long. You know I'm talking about a lot of stuff here, but I just want to give you all the information and just show you the features that you probably are going to be using on a daily basis. But if we scroll up here, we're going to go into watch settings. And then we just got to scroll here a little bit. GPS settings. Just click on this. Now I could change the GPS accuracy, which is really nice. High precision obviously is the most accurate, but using the most battery. And the power saving, less accurate, but saving some battery. And then you could also pick balanced. So let's talk about some of the smart features of the watch. So you can make and take phone calls with this watch. And I'm going to show you what a phone call and a text look like and show you your reply options. Okay, so I got a call coming through here, and I got to blur out the top here, but you do get your phone number and the contact name and all that stuff. I could end the call right here, I could answer it and talk right on the watch, or I could hit this and do my quick replies. And now I could send them a quick reply and end the phone call and just give them a little notice. I'm in a meeting or whatever, I'll call you back. So that's a real nice option there. Let me end this because this is getting loud. Okay, so let me show you what a text looks like coming in here. There you go. Now, the only thing is you can't reply to this at all. So I wish there was some quick messages that I could send on this. Okay, so let me just show you some of the watch faces. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm just going to give you a little feel of what is available. So you do get a daily ranking here, and this changes. And you can see kind of which ones are the more popular ones. Now, a lot of these are free. I don't know, maybe 3/4 are free. And then the others, I haven't seen any more than $1. So still pretty inexpensive, right? But if you scroll through here, you get little categories. And we're just going to keep going here. And trendy now. And then if we keep going, we're going to just get into the list of the watch faces. So this is what's available. I mean, there's a fair amount of watch faces and a lot of different designs. So I think you'll find something that you like. Now, you also do get an always-on display. And on a lot of watches, you just get this kind of display, but minimized. So maybe you just see the hands on there. but KOSPET does have 8 built-in always-on displays. So no matter what your watch face is, you can pick one of these always-on displays. So let me just show you that quick. We just need to get into settings, and we're going to go into watch face. And I can follow the current watch face, or I can customize it. And of course, it's going to, kill battery life. We know that. But let's select our style. And I think this is the beginning. So here we go. This is one. I'll just go, whoops, skipped one there. That's it. Kind of cool that you have your own always-on display that you can pick. Now, throughout this whole video here, I told you, the price of this watch, and I can't believe all the extra features and things that you get here. And I thought KOSPET was crazy to sell it at this price. But you do lose one thing that I probably would have liked to have is you do not have an ambient light sensor on here. So basically that means you have to change the brightness of the screen manually. It doesn't do it by itself. And to do that, you just go into quick toggles here, and just hit this little icon, and then you can move the brightness up and down. So easy to do, but it's just that it's not automatic. I'm almost done with the video, but I am going to go into the ApexMove app and just show you a few more things there. So if you do have any questions about the watch, please send me a note in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to you and show you how to use it if I can figure it out. And of course, before we finish the video here, if you're enjoying the video or you think it might get better at the last minute here, please consider subscribing and liking the video, sharing it. I appreciate all your support. Thanks so much. So let's get into the ApexMove app. So this is the home screen of the app, and again, there's 4 portions, but this is the home screen, and this has your data there. And then you could edit these if you'd like. And then you could just move these up and down. Just hold that little icon there, the little 3 bars, and you can move it to wherever you want. And then the only one that's hidden is wait. But then you hit yes, and it saves. Now, let's go into a workout. And you could start your workout here if you'd like. This is the training plan like I showed you. And this is just a workout that I did the other day. Let me just click on this and show you. So I did scroll this up just so I didn't have to blur out the map. But you do get a nice map here, and it does have your route that you went on, which is, again, I found it to be very accurate. And so this is the details that you get on your workout. This is just for biking, a couple of things that are there. But a lot of information, right? But then we have the My portion of the app. And again, this is where a lot of those features are that I already touched on. You do have third-party data that you can transfer your data to. That's what's available. And I did want to show you one more thing. So if you click on the watch here, we get into a couple of different apps here that open up. And I'll show you the more features. There we go. And this is the shortcuts. I did say I was going to go over that. So this is the shortcut cards so that when you swipe up, these are the things that you get down there. And this is what's available, right? And then if we edit, it's going to show me what I can add. So this is the stuff I could add there. And you could have 6 total. And then if I want to, I'll just get rid of one. And then I just hit blood oxygen. Now that's there. And then if I don't like the order of this, I could just do this. And I can move it to wherever I want. Then I hit yes, and it's saved, no problem. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to show you. So if you scroll here, we're going to go into notification and reminder. And then I'm going to scroll here. You can see again what's available. But what's really nice is that you have a water reminder and a medication reminder built in here, so I don't have to download any apps or do anything. And it's super easy to access, and it's super easy to set up. And then you're going to get reminders to drink more water or, to take your medications. So that is my full review of the KOSPET Orb 2. What do you think about this watch? Is this a good value? Are you interested in buying it? Again, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'd like to hear about it. If you're interested in other KOSPET watches, check out my channel because I do have reviews of several other KOSPET watches. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.